We go. We're live. It's hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to the No Fame Podcast. We're live. Classically, it's like recording an intro again where I just fucking jump in and it turns the shit. Hello. Yeah, friends. How is everyone? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good.
I'm
just
great.
made some real nice dice.
Some dice.
So nice.
Some dice so nice.
Some dice so nice. We roll them twice.
Amazing. Yeah, we've got everyone here. We've got Patrick, we've got Sinéad, we've got Josh, we've got Hidgon, we've got me, the Space Dungeon Master. I don't know if my thunder button works, and I don't want to push it in case it does something else. I didn't test it. Yeah. We are going to be doing a bi-weekly Lost Frontier campaign called SWADERUNNER. I'm an idiot. That was a cool fucking name. And that's how I come up with stuff. I'm like, does this sound cool? All right, let's fucking do it, I guess. We all of the episodes aren't actually out yet, but they're going to be out at the end of this week. By the end of this week, I finished all the video editing. They were originally our Patreon supporters. For our Patreon, this was like our bonus series, and we had 12 episodes out at the time, and I was like, I'd love to go back and play some Savage Worlds, and all you guys were like, we also want to play Savage Worlds, and here we are playing some more Savage Worlds. What was that?
I just want my dice to explode again. There's nothing more satisfying.
Listen,
Right?
if D&D had exploding dice, we would be exclusively a D&D podcast.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
just make dice explode. And your
Your dice
system,
explode more.
your system's instantly way better.
Yeah.
Cool.
Your fun's wrong.
What's that? What was that, Hickman? Sorry, I missed it.
I said D&D, your fun's wrong.
Yeah, right. Fuck your fun, D&D. Get exploding dice. I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, you stupid fucks. There we go. It's a much nicer term than where my mind was going. Well, I think the best way for all of us is if I do a little recap of the Lost Frontier Chapter 1. Yeah,
Please.
please.
Yes.
I don't know if my heart can take it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
I'm so worried now.
I haven't been paying attention to chat. Will said, actually just started to listening to Null Shore on Spotify this morning after I caught some of the last stream. Glad this is session 0. Yeah, Deadlines is really, really cool. My introduction, probably most of ours, was Undeadwood, probably, to Savage Worlds, I would imagine. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Pokemon,
Yeah,
Will's
still haven't seen
Pokemon
There was
stream that
something
they...
else, but I can't remember what it was.
What's that? No? Patrick?
What?
Sorry, what? What?
What? What just happened?
What did you say, Patrick?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
You did.
You 100% did.
Is there another stream that did Savage Worlds?
Oh yeah, I've seen another stream that did Savage Worlds, but I can't remember what it was.
Was it Will's
Okay.
Pokemon
And I
hack
said
that he
that
just...
full sentence.
Oh. I only caught some of it, and then I asked what you said, and you just looked.
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
So
man.
good.
Quality content.
Already
This is
after
gonna
This
go
is the
well.
quality content
Listen,
everyone's here
what?
for.
Anyone who fucking watches this should know what to expect. This is on par for the content that we create. Yeah, so, well, the game, our Lost Frontier campaign started as a one-shot. Surprise! It wasn't. Because at the time, we were recording Null Shore, and we were running into, like, scheduling conflicts, which is D&D in a nutshell, right? Or tabletop games, I guess, in general.
I had to go for surgery.
And also you had to go for surgery,
God,
right?
so
How dare you.
inconvenient.
yeah.
Selfish
God.
bitch.
No,
How
I
dare you?
I legitimately forgot that was the reason, or one of the reasons. Grubby got busy too, I think, at the time. And so we're like, let's play Savage Worlds. Could be fun. Sci-fi is interesting. You know, it's different from a lot of normal D&D stuff. So let's fucking do that. And yeah, so we started out in like I was like a space station. I was like, oh, the space station is going to be fucking under attack from the get-go. And I'm going to have all these tough fucking guards in the hallway. No, it wasn't the case. But yeah,
No.
I don't know. Should we recap your characters? Let's start on stream order, I guess. Patrick, do you want to tell us about what your character was for Lost Frontier?
Well, Kanan was pretty much like a big golden space marine from Warhammer. That's pretty much him in a nutshell. That was the inspiration behind it. So he was a big fan of destroying heresy and anything heretical. He dislikes heretics. His hobbies include killing heretics and finding heresy and putting an end to it. And he does so with a chainsaw sword and a big fuck off gun.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey,
Pretty much.
So many good fucking moments of Kanan just like, calling out people for heresy, and any interaction between like him and Liv also was pretty golden. And then we were introduced to our android friend.
You mean the cat?
The cat, yeah, the lizard cat. Yeah. And then we were introduced to our android friend Gearz.
Yeah, Gearz is an incredibly well-made, like top of the line android, because Gearz was commissioned by a like absurdly wealthy family to basically babysit one of the sons while he went off and did incredibly stupid rich boy things. And like incredibly stupid rich boys, he died. And Gearz was then just kind of like lost in the paperwork of the family's finances. So he continued to get his annual like upkeep service fee deposited into his account. And he just went about his business carrying out his prime directive as given to him by the son of the family that he protected, which was just help us have a good time, man. So yeah, highly trained as a pilot for chauffeuring this rich kid around. Also trained at shooting because this rich kid liked to shoot his mouth off and would get in fights. Gearz is just an all-around good dude to have around if you're getting into things you shouldn't get into, was kind of the thing.
And, you know, Gearz is a companion droid, so...
I was about to say
handy in the back.
Yeah.
Not
Gonna have to
that
come up
kind.
with a different title.
I know, I can't, I don't think
If
I
you
can
want a
handle
cold
it.
body to keep you cool at night,
Friendship, a friendship droid.
I have built-in heating units.
Gosh.
A friendship droid? No, is that too
It's,
like PG
yeah,
13?
I don't know. He's
But
really, he
I
was
keep
like
thinking
a...
protocol droid, but that's, you know, really Star Warsy, so...
And also the big baddie is, spoiler alert, Protocol Infiat. The protocol droids
If
are
the-
real.
If there was
Oh,
like
yes,
a
yeah.
better way to say babysitter, like that's what he is.
Nanny.
He's like a he's like a nanny droid.
Nanny bot.
Yeah. He's a
Just
very
Rosie from,
expensive,
the
highly
Jetsons.
violent nanny.
Yeah, so Rosie from the Jetsons.
Yeah.
There's a really great moment between
Except like that one episode where she goes angry.
yeah. There's a really great moment between Perun and Gearz where Perun was like, "Were you sad when you're you know the guy you were nanny sitting the person you were like looking after died?" And Gearz is like, "I'm not programmed for
Adult
sadness." It's like, yes, Gearz is cold as fuck. Amazing.
that made Perun very sad.
Speaking of Perun, we met Perun a little later in this series, but here's what I'll do. We'll go to actually Josh and Kihrin, because Kihrin was also on the space station with Kanan and Gearz, and the cat lizard live. Why don't you tell us about what Kihrin is all about?
Ooh, Kihrin is... If Gearz is nice and polished, Kihrin is the legit opposite with his holy shoes and stolen armor jacket and all that fun stuff. He's your typical space rat who can't find a job or keep a job. Thought about stealing Kanan's helmet. Yeah. Saw Kanan's golden helmet sitting at the bar and was like, I could get away with that. And then punched a soldier in the face with some brass knuckles.
Yeah,
when he threatened the guy he was going to steal from.
You kind of did kick off that combat because the guard was... they were all sitting in a bar when the station was attacked, and everyone was kind of running, but the guards were telling everyone to stay inside the bar, and Kanan was getting a hard time from the security officer, and Kihrin just decked this guy in the fucking face and kicked off the fight.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
I think that's what, yeah, he's not that smart. I'm going to go with he was malnourished at the time and wasn't thinking straight.
Yeah, I mean, fair. You know, there's
and
probably...
just exclude every other fight that he started.
Yeah, there was another big
all
fight
the,
later that
heresy of all the aliens in the room was just wearing off on you.
Yeah.
It's too much heresy around. That's it. I mean, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, you guys were with our boy Liv, the lizard cat person. It was a lizard, but somehow it turned into a cat reference. I don't quite understand how that happened, if I'm honest. But I
think Kanan just kept calling it a cat.
Oh, right. Yeah, probably.
And then Isaac just jumped on that bandwagon and kept doing it too.
Right. And speaking of...
I didn't start it. I don't remember where it started either.
Then it must have been Isaac that started it.
I don't think I started it. I don't think I would have started anything. Let me be clear. I would have just let it all... You know, you're all the ones starting everything. I'm just here for... You stole my ship. Let's get back to the whole point of the story that we're getting to here. You guys did run into Isaac Winters.
Stole your ship that we were stealing.
He fully stole that ship anyway. He was trying to hotwire it. But anyway, you guys escaped Malai 5. You escaped the bar. You had a shootout with security on board. Completely decimated that encounter.
I found a note from that encounter. Completely, I don't know if you can see, but there's like blue marks all around it, and it says laser beams, more like loser beams.
A dagger in my chest.
Really zeroed in on his weakness on that one, didn't you?
Oh, fuck. Listen, the encounters don't get any better for this series. You guys ran down to steal a ship, and turns out that the most wanted man in the galaxy was on board, Mr. Isaac Winters, who I wanted to be a really cool Han Solo-y type character, and it quickly turned into he's a fucking idiot, and that's what you get. But from there...
I think the proper term here actually is idiot.
Yeah, idiot.
I was thinking he was a bit of a Lawrence about it.
Turned into a bit of a Jar Jar by the sounds of it.
Isaac.
I was like
Winters or
right,
whatever.
Misa Isaac.
Mr. Isaac.
Mr. Isaac. But yeah, Isaac told you guys if you don't kill him, because you guys needed to get off this exploding space station. He's like, if you don't kill me, I can get you a job and make you a ton of money. And that was kind of the premise for the whole fucking campaign, because you guys only really got paid for some of this at the very end of the fucking campaign. But you guys then followed Isaac's instructions and made it to like this giant mining planet where this kind of like ancient technological rune was uncovered, where they met trapped in the bathroom Peroon. Hidgon, if you want to tell us what Peroon was all about.
I understand Perun's shits can take a while, but shutting down the system so that he was locked in the bathroom for 2.5 days was a little excessive, so Perun was frustrated when they were able to open the door. And like any good mercenary, Perun goes to the bathroom with all of his weapons. So he came out of the shitter about 52 hours later, guns blazing, which was good because they were in the middle of a fight.
You also had a
And,
sandwich or two in there, right?
Oh yes, no, I yes, I had some salami sandwiches while I was waiting.
Yeah,
I did
you-
more than
you
one
had-
shit while I was in there. It was 50 odd hours.
You had your poop
Perun's
snacks. I
bowel
think.
movement is very regular. Yes. So, yes,
Um,
Perun is a mercenary. He was on the mining planet providing securities. Well, it's very hard to be a good security service provider when you're locked in shitter. So he was excited when everyone opened the door and they needed help. So since everybody on the planet, the mining planet was, I guess, otherwise indisposed or they just went home, Perun tagged along because he didn't bring his ride. So he needed a lift. And he made quick friends with Gearz, the heretic slayer, and his street urchin friend who needed lots of snacks. And Kitty Cat, and not even Mr. Itzak, while he can be annoying, Perun found a friend in him as well. He's just very tiny to pick up and put around, and he's like a little bobblehead you just put up take down when you want to play.
You got
But yes,
friends.
Perun became very excited about cybernetic enhancements while playing around with these people, and since Gearz is made of cybernetics, it only made sense that Gearz would be the one to put on the cybernetic arm and the head plate that he ripped off of fallen people. They just fell. We didn't put them down.
No, they were
But yes,
viciously
he's become a
murdered
bit
by
of a trophy
Kanan.
collector.
Let's be clear.
He became a bit
How
of a
he
trophy
died.
collector. So whenever anyone was killed and there was cybernetics, Perun would remove it from the person because they don't need it anymore. And yes, he is a bit of a he's like a cyborg junkie now. And his handyman Gearz is always there to attach things to his brainstem and cut off his arm and replace it with the cybernetic punching arm.
I guess I did forget one important part of Gearz, which is that one of his hindrances is curiosity. So, like, he went through this whole babysitting a rich kid and saw all the wild things that humans would do, and he was like, okay, well, I gotta see more of this. So it's
Hey, Gearz, cut off my arm and put this on.
sounds like a good time, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, Perun is just a big beefy boy. Just for the flavor of the campaign, he has like a Schumacher's Batman Bane vibe, where he uses a enhancement to beef up his strength, and he kind of like swells up. He's a pretty tall dude. He's like when he's swole, he's like pushing 7 feet. But yes, he's a
Fun
very
fact
striking individual.
is that Hidgon changes Perun's height every couple of episodes.
I don't write it down. I have no idea how fucking tall he is.
I fucking love it because
Do you have it written down? Tell me how tall he is.
I envision I don't know how, like, everyone thinks differently. So when I think about our sessions and stuff, I see it as like a cartoon. Like, that's just how TTRPGs and like D&D plays out in my mind. And I always see like the early on Perun is quoted as being like 5'5.5". So like the first couple of episodes, he's like this short dude, and then later you're like, yeah, Perun's like 9 feet tall, so he's like towering over everybody. And now he's back to 7 feet, so that's great.
No. The person that I had envisioned when I made Perun was in the remake of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. There's this guy down in the basement who plays ping pong. That's the guy that I kind of pictured for Perun.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
100%. Isn't it Machete?
I
Is that
don't.
who- no, different guy.
No,
I don't
no, it's
remember.
not
Oh,
Danny
no,
Trejo.
Yeah, no, I know who you're talking about too.
He's that one guy who played those people in those movies.
Yep, you're right.
Thank
Uh,
you.
That's
But-
what my brain is saying to me.
Yeah.
So you're
But yeah,
welcome.
you all basically met Perun as you found this powered down research center, and Liv, one of the players, Grubby, decided to turn the power on. You know, it's like, oh, the power's off, let's fucking power it on. Turns out the power was off for a reason, as the power was giving fuel to this nanite liquid that was actually somewhat sentient, like this black ooze technology that was at its core, like at an atomic level, was robots, even smaller than like nanobites, nano machines. No, fuck, nanites, whatever, nanites. There we go. Space terms.
Pretty sure any one of those actually worked.
Sure, yeah. I just like, I have to keep going until I reach the fucking word that I'm trying to think of. But yeah, you guys then had to fight off all of these corpses of researchers suddenly came back to life as they were struggling, or as they were all like kind of like laying around covered in this ooze. You guys quickly dispatched all of them, including one android with like a fucking minigun that was like a security droid, and you guys took care of that and found the research site where this unearthed technology was. And this like strange, oh, I should have had something for this. This like strange, I made this mini on Hero Forge, and I should have saved it. But yeah, you came across this dark droid that would look like it was the black ooze but solidified, and it was saying that it was reawakened and it needed to complete its program. It needed to do what it was programmed to do, which was kind of restart everything. And it needed to like network. It couldn't reach its creators, so it was trying to create a network in order to begin its process of kind of restarting things. And you guys opened fire. It went down hard. In fact, like, I think Perun made, or Canen actually, one of you made a shot with some kind of like explosive weapon, and it fell hard on the ground, and you guys could feel the impact from, you know, like 100 feet away of it hitting the ground. But you eventually, you guys were like, fuck it, let's get to the ship and get the fuck out. You guys escaped the planet. You sent some very sensitive information about this research center to one of the factions that controlled that area of space, the ISC, and then made your way to the center of the universe, where Isaac Winters convinced you all you were going to make a lot of money. And honestly, it's wild that we're almost at the end of the campaign at this point, but you guys made it to the center of the universe. And Kihrin was kind of being watched in the center of the universe, as he had some an old gang that he used to work for was keeping an eye out for anyone that scanned in under his name. And sure enough, he certainly did scan in under that name. But you guys decided to work with Isaac to sell this ooze technology and make a lot of money out of it. But you got jumped in an alley by Boone Hamus, I believe, one of the flunkies of this gang, and Kihrin went wild and started stabbing him as soon as he saw him, kicking off a huge fight in the alleyway. This is the lost episode. All of that footage was lost.
He deserved it.
Oh, that was such a good battle.
I know.
Yeah.
But
That was a hell of a fight.
that recording provider fucked us.
Yeah.
That whole alleyway
He's
thing,
no Steve.
Yeah, the whole alleyway episode
that
was
whole
lost.
alleyway fight is gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the tipping point.
Right?
Because we
I thought
had
it was the one before that.
No, we had some lost footage before, and when we had a backup so we could cut around it. But this was the time when all of my footage was lost and the backups were corrupted on their side. And I was just so fucking angry. I'm like, there's no way. It's, it's a tabletop game. You can't recreate that. You just have to be like, that really fucking sucks. But let's go on from there. But yeah, the whole fight with... What's that?
Never mind.
Was that the paid one? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
It was
That was Livertide.
Livertide. It was like
the dance, yeah.
It was like $60 a month,
Yeah.
and now we do it for free with better results. So fuck it.
Steve.
Steve,
Yeah, you know what,
Steve.
Steve? Video Ninja.
Yeah, my character's
Steve.
name is Steve, actually.
He's unstoppable. We're using Video Ninja, and I made a whole video about it, and we love it, and we love Steve. Steve is so helpful, and he's a genius. And yeah, we're able to keep doing what we're doing now for low costs because Video Ninja exists. We love it. But yeah, you guys got in a big old fight with Boone Hamus, who worked for the Gatherers, which was one of the underground syndicate crime families of this giant space station called the Center of the Universe, which is not in the center of the universe by any stretch of the imagination. But the Center of the Universe is under the control of the Prism Corporation. And the Prism Corporation they kind of have everyone in their back pocket because they provide Prism devices, which are like the cell phones of this universe. And they have relay satellites all over the galaxy, all over the Perun galaxy. And so they kind of, they've kind of monopolized. No, is that the word I'm looking for? They kind of have, they kind of have all of this under their belt. There are no competitors.
If they're unopposed, they're monopolizing.
Yeah. It's the Prism Corporation, or you don't have a phone, have a smartphone device. Space phone. But yeah, and it turns out Gearz worked for the Prism Corporation technically. Who knew?
Got to get money somehow.
Yeah, who knew? A Prism Corporation droid at that. Not that Gearz is just collecting the checks at this point. Fuck yeah, fucking stick it to the corporation. Fuck corporations.
I'm just a ghost in the accounting.
Yeah, right. And yeah, from there, Isaac set up an appointment to sell this Black Ooze technology, which, this horrific event happened on this mining planet across the galaxy. And Isaac was like, right, whatever, I don't really care about any of that. I'm going to make some money from selling this vial, and that's what we're going to do. So you all tagged along with Isaac to sell this vial, but to his contact. His contact showed up. This android with like this dark faceplate and like dressed in like kind of like a ninja samurai vibe. I know those are two different vibes, but that's kind of what I was going for. This very like cyberpunk android showed up to accept the technology and pay you all. But little did you know, you were all being tracked as well as this android by the Prism security, who showed up for one big final fucking fight with a giant 15-foot tall robot, and Perun grew to this 12 feet tall to fight this robot, and it was an insanely fun fight. Like watching back, I was like, this was actually really fun. But yeah, you guys managed to take out the androids, and the contact brought you down below the street level to the secret little facility where the android revealed themselves to not be an android at all. They were in fact Madeline Turner, who was the president of the Prism Corporation. And she was like, hey, this corporation are up to some fucking shady bullshit all across the universe, and they have vetoed me from any decision. Or outvoted me from any decision. So I have no say in the company. And she's kind of like a figurehead of the company. So she is running the resistance against the Prism Corporation and asked you all to be a part of the resistance against them. And that's where the Lost Frontier 1 ended, which was a ton of fun. What really happened at the end of the Lost Frontier 1 was everyone decided, yeah, this sounds good. Let's go with it. And then it was up to Kanan to decide whether or not Kanan wanted to stay or not. And Kanan had the Black Ooze vial in his hand. He didn't actually pass it off to Madeline Turner and the Resistance yet at the end of the campaign. And Patrick, do you want to... Now we're getting into how this session... how our game is going to sort of kick off with the events of Kanan and a little bit of a time jump. But yeah, Patrick, do you want to walk us through the immediate events of what happened to Kanan at that moment?
Yeah, I can do that. Hold on, let me bring up my notes.
Perun was nowhere near. I believe he was off trying to score a free prism watch.
Perun tore a cyber arm off of one of the
Just
guys
down
that
in the
you
fucking gift shop.
Perun tore a cybernetic arm off of Hemlock, the head of the prism security, and was going to the medical bay of the Resistance to get someone to install the cyber arm.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. You're right.
Of course.
All right. As you were.
But Madeline did
So-
promise you a prism watch.
Do you want me to just read out what I sent to you, Justin?
Yeah, whatever you want, whatever you think. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let me just read for 1 second so I don't say anything that's too. Okay. So I just pretty much just sent like some quick notes to Justin, and I'm sure we'll go over this again on like in session 1, but I'll just read out what I sent to Justin. It's like, okay, had some ideas for Kanan today, and I won't read the whole thing because I went into full fucking focus mode and couldn't stop until I wrote a fucking book. But when Kanan breaks the vial in his hand, the black stuff, what is it called again? For the love of Christ.
Atomites. They
What's the black
reference it as atomites. Or atomites, I guess.
Yes, the black stuff. When Kanan breaks the vial in his hand, the black stuff quickly spreads through him. The armor on his hand and his arm starts to melt with dark flames shooting out from under and around his arm. He falls to his knees, holding his hand in front of him, and starts to melt off. Jagged black chunks start to pierce outward around his whole body in a wave starting from his hand. The flames stop. The black chunks recede inside just as quickly as they shot out. Kanan leads forward in pain, cradling his hand. He rocks back, screaming in pain. He stands to keep from falling back. He stops and again holds his hand out in front of him, leaning towards it, cradling it with his other hand. His hand seems to crumble in on itself. Again, he screams in pain. The crumbling begins to move up his arm. Small pieces of his armor fall off to the ground as if they rusted away. The pieces shatter into dust as they hit the ground. The crumbling suddenly shoots across his whole body, with waves of jagged black pieces shooting out and back in, just before his body folds in on itself in sections. All that's left on the ground is some melted armor, and the dust is gone as well.
Hell yeah.
Well, fuck.
That's what happened at the end of the Lost Frontier 1, because we ended on Kanan crushing this
Kanan
vial.
becoming the heretic.
And
I was gonna say, yeah.
essentially he
Sounds
collapsed.
pretty
It's
heretical.
like, are you gonna turn into like a black version of the gold and just be called the heretic?
Ooh, that's cool.
Was what I thought for a second.
Yeah. I like that though.
The heresy won in the end.
Kihrin needs that closure. He wanted to fight Kanan right after he did it. Then Justin was like, "No,
Yeah.
show's over." Like,
And that was really fun because me and Patrick were texting during the entire ending sequence of like as we were recording that session, and like we're going through like what Kihrin was doing and what Perun was doing, and then we're like, okay, and I phrased it like, Kanan, you need to make a choice to choose to join the Resistance or quit, and Kanan and me and Patrick knew what the choice really was. It was either crush the vial or don't crush the vial, and he chose chaos, and it was great. It was fucking great. So yeah, basically that kicked off.
Always
Kanan
choose chaos.
Yeah, Kanan collapses into nothingness, and all that's left is like bits and pieces of his armor and stuff like that. Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, like it all just falls away and then just continues to fall in on itself until it's all disappeared, like all the dust, all this armor, everything.
Yeah. So basically, where our campaign finds us then is we're going to start SWADERUNNER 1 year later. I'll leave Patrick to last if he's got any ideas for this new character, as Kanan is fucking dust collapsed into heresy. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think about what you were doing during this 1 year. Just like I guess be as detailed or not detailed as you want, really, I guess. But during the year, you guys are in and around the center of the universe. Your ship which is the giant space station, kind of on the edge of the galaxy, run by the Prism Corporation. Again, they own the station. But yeah, you guys are living and working in the good one, Patrick. You guys are living and working in the resistance. Kihrin probably shouldn't be seen topside, but Kihrin kind of gets an item that helps him with that a little bit. And yeah, that's kind of 1 year later, your ship didn't take too long to be rebuilt, probably a couple days, and the ship would have been refitted based on the upgrades and stuff you guys got last campaign. But let's start in order, I guess. Again, Gearz, Sinead, what do you think Gearz was up to for that 1 year?
I would say at the end of all that, Perun was probably still the most interesting human who was going around. I mean, like...
She's not wrong, Kihrin.
You didn't amputate any bodies and have me perform, like, suspect surgery.
You will learn this year changed people.
I mean, I assume you're going to be around too, but Gearz would just want to keep watching what these crazy humans get up to, and I assume that continuing to pilot the lizard wizard.
How often does Kihrin keep
that.
Gearz awake all night, wondering what it would be like to have 2 right arms instead of 1 right, 1 left? Because I can do that now.
If you have these conversations with Kihrin, he would be like,
I could do windmill bitch slap.
how do you? Where's the thumb go? You could have that conversation with Kihrin for sure. Just saying. Sorry, Gearz.
So Gearz wanted to, obviously stick around the most interesting person on the center of the universe station, which was Perun, the mercenary.
Yeah, Kihrin picks up on this, and it just turns into this like peacock battle between Kihrin and Perun.
Who could be more
Gearz loves
interesting?
It. Please.
I picture like Kihrin and Perun doing stupid shit, and Gearz is sitting there clapping, watching them do stupid shit.
That's boys dance.
Like, I bet you I can jump from North City to South City, go right through the center.
That's thousands of feet, by the way.
Make the fall.
Fully 2,000 feet distance between those two buildings, or those 2 points.
And you know that Kihrin and Perun definitely had that conversation.
Yeah. I think, actually, thank you for saying that, Josh, because the center of the universe, the space station owned by the Prism Corporation, is a cylindrical space station. Kind of, my idea in my mind was Mass Effect, because I think at the time I might have been playing Mass Effect 1 again, and the Citadel in Mass Effect is like this really cool, like it's built on like all these arms that come out in the station, and it's like this cool like cylindrical place, and you can see like trees above you that are obviously facing down. So in my mind I was thinking about this massive like New York style futuristic city built on these arms. And so it's like North City is, all the buildings are, if you're standing in South City, it looks like a normal city, and then you look around and it's cities all the way up and around. But yeah, it's got this they control the weather inside of it. They have like rain cycles and like sunny days and cloudy days and stuff like that are all AI like software rendering the lights and all that shit, holograms and stuff like that. And yeah, pretty much South City is the kind of slums, and then I believe it's East City has like a lot of the bars and nightclubs and stores and stuff like that, and then West City is kind of residential, but a lot of gangs hang out there. And then North City is where the Prism Corporation and all the corporate people live, and it's all walled off. And when you guys had to sneak into North City to make the deal, you all rented a hover van for the day, painted a shitty logo on the side, paid 2,000 credits for a bunch of full wine barrels, which you cast magic on yourselves to breathe, or like Perun's magic is like the nanites, obviously. You cast these nanites to help you breathe the wine as you got in these wine barrels in the back of this hover van, and then went through the security gates, because Gearz works for the Prism Corporation technically, so Gearz could get through security, but no one else could. A truly ridiculous
No
plan.
regrets.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We
Your
got
tone
through.
is so incredulous, but
Yes.
it worked, didn't it?
We got through.
It fully works without a fucking
And
flaw.
now I
Which
have
I'm
now
so
I have a
angry.
bitchin' chef jacket.
Yeah, and yeah, somehow Perun ends up with a chef jacket. Yeah, that's right. And some burritos in his bandolier, I think, is what also we said. So yeah, the North City is like the rich corporate section of the ship. But yeah, the past year, Gearz is hanging out with Perun and Kihrin. What are
Yeah.
you guys up to? Like, is there anything big you guys are doing in that year? You know what I mean? Like Kieran's plot point is really like he's still missing his family members. He wasn't able to get in contact with them when he was on board, and he knew Kieran's only lead was this gang, the Gatherers, and then Kihrin went into a blood frenzy and killed the guy. So yeah, let's yeah. What do you guys? What are your thoughts on all that? I guess.
I'm sure Kihrin has some stuff. Peroon definitely. He's a merc at heart, and he basically went on any trip. It was like, you know, if mom was going to the grocery store, Peroon's right there. You know, dad got to run to the hardware store. You know, Peroon's right there. Like,
Yeah.
if there was a job, he was going. It didn't matter how long it was going to be, what the pay was. He just wanted to go. Because I mean, he had to hit as many spots as he possibly could to find new cybernetic enhancements, because you can't pay money for the cybernetic enhancement and to have it attached. That's too expensive. You need to get the cybernetic enhancement from somewhere.
Hydration.
So,
Sorry. Sorry, I was responding to chat. Sorry.
So, yeah, Peroon just would be following along. Anytime any of the group went out, Peroon was right there. Yeah, he has this really annoying habit now where he has these like grenades that are expressly to toss behind him as he walks away from a fight, because he saw somebody caught a video of them like trashing a place once, and he's like, hey, cool guys do walk away from explosions. And now he just has this expressly like exit the building grenades. That it's very, very costly habit, but
so costly.
yeah, that's about it.
I'm trying to navigate.
That's about it for Peroon.
I'll try to
He did
navigate
get
a
his
website
Prism
and find
watch.
out about that. Yes, you did get your Prism.
He,
oh yeah, I guess we can talk
Yeah,
about that
he did
too.
get his Prism watch. It's a bit better than the current model on the market. This one actually links up with his biological arm, non-cybernetic arm, and has some wonderful little injections so that whenever he's wounded or hurt or anything, it's basically adrenaline shots that send him into a frenzy. I don't know. I liken it to like a barbarian in D&D's frenzied rage kind of thing.
Yeah, fully.
Yeah, that's another costly habit, because he uses that even when he doesn't need to sometimes.
When I was trying to come up with stuff, I was thinking that I was trying to think of what Perun would like, and I do have another idea for the watch. It's so fuck. At first, I was like, oh, Perun loves. Like he kind of feels like he really loves like this technological bullshit and stuff like that. Obviously the cybernetics and all that good stuff. And I was like, what if his watch was like a fucking spy movie 007 watch, right? And then I was thinking like, what could I do with it like that you can't do already with like a futuristic smartphone, right? So one of my ideas still that I'm still thinking about doing is Grace and hello. One of the ideas I still have is that his watch shoots out a fucking rope with a little that he can like swing off of. It's so fucking stupid. But I was thinking it's like it can only do 100 feet and it breaks off after that use because of his weight, right? Because he's a big guy.
Yeah.
He has to constantly
Big
get it.
beefy boy.
Yeah, he has to constantly get it replaced by the Resistance because they're the ones who gave him the watch. So that's my idea.
Yeah. So Perun doesn't go on any mission that doesn't pay at least 10,000 credits because he needs at least 5,000 credits to stock up on grenades from walking away from the encounter, his adrenaline shots because he gets bored on the travel back home, and his grappling hook because who walks when you can swing?
I
Did you
love
collect any more video games for the ship? What was the
Oh
What
yeah,
was the
no, I
one you
definitely
kept-
have.
It was
Planet
Planet
yeah, we had
Colliders.
Planet Collider.
Planet Colliders?
It's pool, but it's
He found,
space pool.
He has some vintage pinball machines. Those are excellent. And he has a shuffleboard table, and there's a
Space
ping pong
shuffleboard.
table. Yeah.
How do you
Space
do
shuffleboard.
0G
Oh my god.
shuffling?
Patrick, what are you doing? We can't hear that, and I'm happy we can't. And I also can't hear
You're
any of
muted
it.
as well.
I'm muted. No, I wasn't going to put it on the audio from the scene, but this is essentially what I pictured the moment you started talking about Perun's watch. Was I wore this watch up my ass for however long,
Oh, right.
so this is my background for now.
Oh man.
Continue.
Yeah,
Amongst
so
yourselves.
Kihrin got, so that was like Perun's getting this watch in. Maybe we'll add this fucking like little fucking hook shot they got. We'll talk about it. Kihrin got a he asked at the end of the session, Madeline Turner, aka Ghost was her alias, as she was thought to be an android, but she just has like this full cybernetic suit that she wears. She had this really cool mask that disguises her voice and also can display things on the mask and like glows blue when she's talking and stuff like that, which is cool. And at the end, Kihrin was wasted at the end of the Lost Frontier chapter 1, and Kieran's like, "Can I have that cool helmet
Yeah,
like
'cause I was
yours?"
breathing alcohol for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah, he literally sold his soul to the Resistance for a cool helmet, 100%.
yeah, and that's the item that Kihrin got from the Resistance was a cool fucking like it's cyberware because it fully connects to like the back of his neck, kind of like the Matrix or Extends, that movie, if anyone remembers Extends. That's a wild reference right there. But that's kind of what Kihrin got out of that, which I think is a lot of fun. What does Kihrin think about this? Because I think that's going to help Kihrin out, right? Like the helmet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you described it already, but like, I loved reading like the description of it, like being able to just, because it's like a full like face mask that you can program to do whatever you want, right? So he's definitely going with, so like the the advance I took at the end of the last session was God, now I'm struggling to find my words. I'm on the spot. No, he took alternate identity. So Kieran's alias now, because he's lost all of his street cred, is now Tonjon Wishington, which is hilarious for us, but I don't know if it's in the lost episode or not. So it might not be a good joke anymore.
No, I think that made the cut. I think that
Oh, good.
I don't think that footage was lost by our Trevor Blythe provider. Rhymes with
Perfect.
Giver
Yes.
Slide.
So so
Good
during
old
that
liver
year,
tide.
during the year, Kihrin has basically been setting up a second identity as Tonjon, so that he can go about his business on the center of the universe.
That's the first note I'm making about Session 0, by the way. I've got a little screen over here where I'm going to make notes about things I need to do, and the first one is going to be fucking Tonjon.
Yeah.
I love it.
That was a great alias. So Yeah, so like now he's got basically Prisma Countess Tonjon with credits in it and all that kind of stuff. The other thing about Kihrin is in that year, because he's now being fed on a regular basis and has money, he upgraded to Human 2.0,
Dun, da, da.
which means he has, yeah, the Legend of Zelda music. He's got better genetics, which fits his overconfident hindrance that he had before, but it means that he's got a D6 in vigor. Upgraded his smarts to a D6 as well instead of a D4. And yeah, so he's not quite as dumb. He's a little bit more healthy, can do that kind of stuff. But I think the other thing that goes with his new helmet is he's kind of got a vigilante identity, since he's been trying to find his mother and 3 siblings that live on the center of the universe. So at night he goes around, and I was trying to think of a really cool name that a 19 or 18-year-old would think of as an identity. And I was like, okay, I can't use Ghost because that's already been taken, but it's like, Spectre's too, I don't know, cliche. Phantasm, no, that's super weird.
Phantasm is a great movie, by the way.
Right? But it's mainstream, and Kieran's too edgy for that.
Phantasm is the least mainstream fucking horror movie in the world.
I know it is. No, it is. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I mean, I spent like a week and a half being like, okay, what are different words for ghosts? Like Banshee, Poltergeist? No, none of these really work. So I went with Eclipse is his vigilante name that he goes out at night with his helmet on. And it's got kind of like sunset twilight colors on the outside of the hood, but like a black face that'll pop up with like red eyes when he wants it
sick.
to.
That is fucking sick.
It's like that's what he's been doing at night. Yeah, Gearz, who you want to hang out with now, huh?
Well,
who's gonna be my robot butler?
Gearz is playing air hockey with Perun while you're doing your thing.
Gearz has an air hockey finger. Gearz' finger opens up and it just shoots air. Tall dog.
So, Josh, your character essentially became the Great Saiyaman.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Kieran's, not smart enough to be Batman, so, well, yeah.
I love it. Okay, now that
Goku might as well be Gohan.
Mm-hmm.
So Kihrin is taking on this. Sorry, let me make a note. Oh God, I gotta sneeze. Let me make a note of that. It was Eclipse. You said right? His Batman name is the note I'm making.
Shadow blocking the sun.
Right. I love it. No, it's sick. It's honestly, it's incredibly interesting, and already my mind is like on fire with ideas. I love it. So that was like kind of what you guys have been up to. Perun has been kicking around, and Gearz is following. Perun is following whatever, and Gearz is following Perun. So you guys are all following Kihrin, who's doing a lot of things, basically. But Patrick, what are you getting up to in this campaign? What's your, because Kanan obviously vanished into dust into the floor.
Kanan's out. So, hold on now. Nope. Hold on. Wait for it. Continue waiting.
That's. I can see myself.
Here it is.
Here we go. We could have coordinated. I could have just put up a graphic.
This is the. No, this is more fun for me.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
This is my new character.
Yeah.
I'm 1000% now going to call him Steve. And this was a character I made for a for a Hero Forge contest in, I don't know, a while back on Instagram or whatever. And I was on Hero Forge trying to make just something random, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, this guy. So I don't know, he's Steve. He's a frog person. No relation to other frog people in other campaigns.
No relation at all.
Yeah, he's like basically like a cyborg. Basically a cyborg frog person, man.
Hell yeah. I love it. I love everything about it. What are we saying about Steve, the cyborg frog person man, as you dubbed it? What were we saying about Steve? Because we talked very little. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I was thinking that he would end up being like where the ship was in being repaired for so long and being fixed out and everything. I was like, how could I introduce a new character? I figured they'd be around, where the ship was being fixed and everything. So I kind of thought that this would be some guy around fixing up the ships for the. Did we end up getting that fixed like through the prison corporation or something?
No, Dockmaster Zai was taking care of the ship upgrades. You guys just sold the excess parts that you didn't need when you guys were pirates and stole a ship.
Yeah.
Well, you guys got okay. You guys took a ship.
Just salvage.
Commandeered.
Yeah.
It was lawful salvage.
Yeah, I mean they were trying to fuck you guys.
Salvage. There's a plaque on the wall and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dockmaster Zai was coordinating those repairs, but it was going to take a few days. But I think after that, the Resistance, Madeline said they were going to move the Lizard Wizard 69 version 2 down to their like private docking bay that they have kind of off the grid. So you guys kind of have the Lizzie down at this underneath the station, kind of tucked away.
Are they in it with Madeline already? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's too much of a question to ask.
No, go. I mean, you guys had a fucking year working with the Resistance, so let's talk about it, yeah. Sinead, what were you asking?
Well, I guess I was waiting for Patrick. Like, did you come in from the outside or the inside?
Yeah.
My thought was that, like, I know that Justin said we're going to start off on some mission or whatever, and my thought was that this frog dude was like working on the ship and was in with like his headphones on or something, and didn't realize that the ship was going to take off, and just happened to be with you guys. So he just another fucking dumbass along for the ride.
Love it. Love it so much.
Perun sees all the arms and is like, he's just keeping them around, waiting for him to expire. He's not going to kill him.
I wasn't trying to introduce a romance option for Perun.
Kieran's got a bet going how long it'll take before an arm comes off. Like,
right.
Got the over-under going.
It just accidentally falls off and Perun dibs.
Fuck, that's funny.
Perfect.
Yeah, so now kind of getting into, I guess, what beyond what you guys have been up to, the big events of this 1 year later kind of in our campaign. Just to kind of give fresh perspective and like a nice starting area. I'm just going to read out a little bit of what I got here. I've already posted this obviously to you guys, but for the sake of having it out there for anybody watching. So there are a couple of factions in the universe. There was the Galactic Authority, Galactic Authority Confederation, which was the GAC.
Yeah, the English would be out there somewhere, wouldn't they?
English would be out there somewhere. Those Fox now. Joking. There was the ISC, which are the interstellar systems.
None of the sons ever set on the British Empire.
So there's the GAC, and they're kind of like the militant faction, like the strictly militant faction of this galaxy. There was the ISC, the Interstellar Systems Collective. They used to be kind of rebellious, and then they just grew to a point where they just became their own faction, and now they're kind of considered almost the same as the GAC, the Galactic Authority, but just with a different fucking, a different label on it, basically. So the Interstellar Systems, like I said, the ISC, they're another faction, and then the third major faction was the Sun's Unity, which Kanan was a part of. Until he vanished into dust, and they kind of believe in delivering the light to the universe. Like they worship the sun, they worship the light, They're very heavy-handed religious faction. And those were kind of the three ruling powers. But the big events of this 1 year is that the interstellar systems broke their armistice, with the Galactic Authority Confederation after they received a transcoded message from a ship escaping the surface of Dithil Core. Who could that be, I wonder? Excuse me. This message had thorough details outlining covert research that the GAC were conducting within the ISC borders. Oh my god, this is why I shouldn't drink beer, because I get mad burps. The ISC launched an attack using an element of surprise combined with their superior technology to eliminate a lot of key positions of the GAC, forcing them to surrender completely. 1 year later, the GAC is disbanded. Their ships and weapons are taken into control by the ISC, and they kind of expanded their borders in the galaxy. Kind of that, if you think about it, like we have like a little map that we have. If you think about the whole northern section of the galaxy, basically is now within ISC territory. The Prism Corporation began a galaxy-wide advertisement campaign for their Prism Links, defensive satellites that would distribute to densely populated systems, aiding in keeping people safe from the fallout of a galactic war. And these would be integrated with Prism technology so people could be reassured of their safety in all times of distress. Prism Corp, we've got your back. Dithil Core, the mining planet where you guys discovered this ooze technology, this like living atomite ooze, completely vanished. It is nowhere in the universe. It's completely gone out of everyone's kind of radar. No credible sources have been able to correctly identify exactly when and how it disappeared. People have reported to Galactic News and that other planets have begun disappearing, and this investigation is ongoing and updating as relevance is uncovered. Madeline Ghost Turner, president of the Prism Corporation, has been leading the underground resistance against her own company. Madeline had lost the trust of the board of directors a while back and has been outvoted on critical elements that the company is focused on. Madeline distrusts the company but cannot risk letting them know that she is working against them from the inside. Missions are kind of few and far between, but every now and then an opportunity shines to get some information on the inner workings of the corporation. One of these research projects is the atomite black ooze discovered on Dithil Core. Madeline has offered Isaac Winters a data retrieval position given his abilities with computers combined with his inability to behave himself in public. That's Isaac. That's what Isaac is up to. He's working as like a data analyst, basically. And rumors have begun spreading in the lower areas of the Kotu and the Botu, which is the bottom of the universe, that bands of mercenaries have begun coordinating their efforts to repel the ISC and the Sun's unity, and to focus on the welfare of the general populace of the galaxy. Nobody can confirm the reports, and no one is certain if these mercenaries are flying under a common banner. And rumors spread in times of desperation, so it's kind of like they're kind of like folk heroes, if you think about it like that, like this, this faction that are looking out for the lower class, and while all these giant corporations and shit are blowing each other out of the fucking galaxy. And those are the big kind of events that I had listed. So one of the giant factions completely taken out. The Sun's unity have kind of condensed themselves. They've reduce their borders more or less, and that's kind of the big things for the campaign. So really you guys have been kind of working with Madeline Turner and the Resistance, but all of this other shit is still going on in the galaxy. Some of it you caused, but that's fine. And sorry, I know that was a short novel that I just read out, but yeah.
It's been a year.
It's been a year. It's been
We've had some
We
time.
fucked
has
some
been a
shit
year.
up.
Yeah, it has been. It's been 3 years, everyone. But anyway, yeah. So fun, a lot of fun stuff there. I have some fun stuff in regards to the Lizard Wizard upgrades. Did you guys have anything in mind that you were like, oh, we need, I don't know, this thing added to the Lizard Wizard?
No.
You guys like, our ship is fucking great. Our ship's
No.
perfect.
Well, first off,
Just as-
obviously.
A big games room, and an adequate med bay for immediate cybernetic adjustments.
Yeah.
I think what we should do with the Lizard Wizard is actually, anytime we want to do anything on the ship, we all have to load up Subnautica and play it on there, and that's basically how it goes.
Fucking love Subnautica.
So, so everyone has morphine addictions, and
Oh no, you're not
That's
thinking.
pretty
You're
much it.
thinking Barotrauma. Subnautica is a completely different game.
barotrauma. Sorry, yes, barotrauma.
Yeah, it's Subnautica's like the journey one, isn't it?
Subnautica is like you're on a water planet and you have to swim down and collect things underwater, and it's really aesthetic driven.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like Minecraft if you could scuba dive. Yep, that's our no. Good
Barotrauma
night.
is like Minecraft if.
Sorry, my cat was posing with my ring light, and it looked very adorable.
We've got the Grania.
Perfectly
We've got the Grania emoji in chat, everyone. You can go wild with the Grania emojis.
You're such a little idiot. Yeah, everyone can share in it.
They like, I have Grania like popping in because Grania always just like pops in the frame. But yeah, so the Lizard Wizard, you guys have a games room, you have a medical bay. Yeah, Patrick just went wild with the Granias. We do have a medical bay for sure. There is a common room. I was thinking about adding like a brig to it myself. But here's the idea I had, because you guys didn't have an escape pod. So you guys, I think, purchased an escape pod, which was great. And I think Madeline Turner added a tiny solo seat fighter to the bottom of the Lizard Wizard called the Little Wiz.
That's sick.
Because I was thinking, you know, it'd
It's
be-
shaped like a cat.
yeah.
Oh,
I thought that'd be interesting to add, I guess. Because why not a little fighter jet called the Little Wiz?
I like that.
Yeah, a little tender.
Yeah. Little tiny nugget at the bottom of the ship. Do you guys want to get into talking about?
I think that Kihrin is. Oh,
No, go. Please go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Kieran's hoping for like an observation deck where he can just brood out into the vastness of space.
Ooh,
Just like zone out, blank stare.
like a little bubble.
No, just one window.
Yeah, like a, yeah,
Just
yeah.
a little porthole.
They're porthole. They're space portholes.
It's like this fucking
Space
big.
porthole.
Presses his face up against it.
No, see, I was thinking of like a little window that's about 2 feet in diameter where he just sticks his head in and can
Yeah.
just like look around.
Like when you go to a zoo and
Oh,
you
with those little domes.
yeah. When you're at the zoo and you crawl up and you look
Exactly.
at. I saw I saw something in the zoo with one of those. The little, can't remember the name of the animal to save my fucking life now. But anyway,
Great
it was
story.
It was a cool animal, and I had a great time at the zoo, everyone. Yeah, we can add like a fucking
Well, I
little.
mean, that's what we're here for, is to hear about great times at the zoo.
Yeah, it's welcome to Savage
Remember
Zoo.
Harambe.
It's
Yeah, if we don't go to a space
Jesus.
zoo in this campaign, I'm gonna riot.
all of the animals have little helmets.
Oh, I mean,
Floating
clearly that's
around.
exactly what's about to
Yeah.
happen.
I just think of like Sandy from SpongeBob and like the astronaut
Yes.
suit underwater.
Yeah,
Roll for
100%.
astrogation. We are going to the zoo.
Yeah.
Now I need to fucking prep a zoo episode.
Yeah.
The only animal walking around without a helmet is a giraffe, because clearly those are not from this planet.
Yeah, amazing.
It's the only thing I really remember from the one zoo that I went to. was walking around a corner and seeing a giraffe head and being like, "What the fuck is that?"
Have you seen the meme that's like, how is like unicorns are just like a horse with a horn on it, but then like describe like this tall leopard with a 50-foot neck. And you're like, how are giraffes real but unicorns not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unicorns
Oh,
are
yeah.
just horse rhinos, you know? It's not outlandish.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it seems way more plausible than a
Listen,
Well, we have a
Internet.
fucking
20-foot
narwhal.
neck.
Why
Yeah.
don't we have a horse that has a fucked up
horse
tooth
wall.
that goes up
Yeah.
to the snake?
wall.
Horse wall.
You've heard of horse
Get our
girls.
horse or our horse?
Get ready for horse walls. On that note,
All right, so we got the first arc is the zoo.
the first
Second arc is
Search-
the
search
Yellowstone.
for the Nar horse.
yeah, we've got some guests in the
The
first.
mythical space Narhorse.
The first arc that we bring a guest in obviously has to be the zoo arc.
Yeah.
They have to play a centaur based character now.
No
You guys-
Fame's
Space
new
Centaur.
theme is field trips because we did summer camp. And
Oh,
we
yeah.
did the zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We
Yeah.
did do a summer camp one shot with our bud Josiah of Dungeon Dad fame. Do you all want to? Does anyone need? Does anyone need a break? Should we take 5 minutes? How's everyone feeling right now? We okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. We good?
I feel loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey. Great. Love to hear
I
it.
feel pretty.
Oh,
Oh,
so pretty.
pretty.
I feel pretty and witty and gay.
Lovely.
I feel pretty.
And we're DMCA'd. Yeah, so do you guys want to dive into the super fun, I'm so fucking excited about this, the fun system of heat
Super fun
generation on, not the zoo, heat generation on the ship. What? What's
Before we
happening?
get into that,
Yes.
I have to ask Hidgon, Perun, do you have a hoverboard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Because Kihrin also has one now because I didn't realize it was a thing until looking through the new stuff. So that is the other thing that you and I could have been doing this year is hoverboarding around the Kotu.
And Gearz is filming
Yes.
Gearz
I will
films you
teach
guys.
sweet. I'll give you sweet tricks.
Yeah, Gearz films all the fucking
yes.
skate videos for you guys.
Gearz used to have flight robot mods, but I took them off.
Ah, lame.
Gearz has the Space Hall of Meat subreddit.
Yes. So, sorry, I just had to get that into canon that we hoverboarded around
During the year.
before
Yeah,
we
of course.
found
Obviously,
it.
yeah.
Heat generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys stole scooters, so Gearz could just
Oh,
use
wait.
a scooter, right?
There we go. Perfect.
Scooters.
You did ask if there was anything we wanted added to the ship.
Yes.
A half pipe.
But on the outside, so 0G.
Yeah,
So
there
you
we
just
go.
go once and you're fucking
No,
gone.
actually, I was going to ask for. Yeah.
Kieran will go first because he doesn't realize it'll happen.
And that's how he died.
Just hold your breath, it'll be fine.
All right, Josh. Now would you like to
What if
introduce
you
your
ever
next
landed
character?
it? If you ever landed it, that's a record for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Most airtime ever.
No, clearly we need a livestock pen because what's going to happen is
Where are we going to
Liberating
put the
the zoo?
giraffe when we steal it?
Yeah.
exactly
Or
we're
liberate
we're
it.
not going to the zoo without letting every animal loose.
The lizard wizard is 100% becoming the Ark.
I thought our,
Oh, wait, that's
like
why
our
it's called the
monster
zoo
for week
arc.
characters were so ridiculous, but
That's
how
why
have we
it's
gone
called the
this
zoo arc.
Oh
direction?
my god, yes, exactly. That is why it is called the zoo arc.
I hate this conversation right now.
I hate this game. Fuck this
Because
game.
you know the four of us are just planning ways to segue into the
We'll
zoo
get
every
to
chance
the
we get.
zoo.
Yeah.
You guys get to the zoo planet. It's a planet that's entirely a zoo, and Kanan is just a regular dude running the zoo.
Yeah. He comes up in his tan shorts and his button-up short sleeve.
Hi, mate.
safari hat and his like red bandana tied on the side. Here to see
All
the
on
giraffes.
top of his armor.
Yeah. They're the zip-lock khakis.
Welcome to planet Australia.
The giraffes are over. The giraffes are over here, mate.
Stay away from them stingrays, though.
Sorry, Australia, I guess. It's 10 in the morning in Australia. Nobody's fucking listening. Just segueing over that fucking zoo bullshit. So do you guys want to talk about the ship combat and stuff like that, like the space combat element of this game and the slight additions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's-
Earlier I said something along the lines of, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll play an android pilot in a space game. That can't be complicated."
I'm gonna change maps. I'm gonna change scenes here to our little battle map that we have laid out here. Hopefully, it's still live. Great, beautiful. We love to see it. Space combat. Combat in Savage Worlds goes on playing cards, as we can kind of see here. I also got to change mice. I've got to change mice. Moose. I've got to change moose, you guys. So space combat operates on these cards, and these cards judge distance, and I've noted it here where you can just see a 1. That means it's 1 unit of distance between each card. Pretty straightforward. But now the element we're
Galactic standard unit.
yeah, right. The element we're adding to this game though now is that is the heat element. So basically almost everything you guys do generates heat on board the ship. And if I zoom in here on our precious lizard wizard with its sick fucking paint job, we can see there. You guys have 3 wounds on your ship, which is normal. That's standard. You guys have heat points.
Did we get the graffiti art that we ordered?
Yeah, this is the graffiti art. Just use your imagination. That's the graffiti art that's on there right now. And
fine.
so you guys generate heat points, which are built up from weapons, from combat maneuvers, from all kinds of bullshit that you guys are going to do on board. And then if you don't get rid of that heat in 1 round of combat, you generate heat fatigue, which means the ship starts overheating and bad things are going to happen. Everyone takes a -1 to everything you do once you have 1 level of heat fatigue. And it's very difficult to get rid of once you have it also. But I think my mindset going into this that I really enjoy is I think it'll be a more interesting gameplay mechanic for you guys, because now it's thinking about, oh, hey, like if I zoom out for this like little example I've got here, zoom out, there we go. It's right. Boop, 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 boop. I've got like 2 little fighters here, in this example, that are 2 cards away. So they're at a distance of 2 from you. Most of your guns can hit within 2 perfectly fine, for example. And now it's like kind of thinking about, okay, do we try to get away? Like if Gearz pushes the engines, that's going to generate more heat. Or do you guys want to use like your more powerful laser guns? Those are going to generate heat. You have particle cannons. That's going to generate even more heat. Whereas missile launchers take longer to hit. So missiles now go in. So basically how many cards away an enemy is how many turns it takes a missile to reach that enemy. For example, like on the stat sheet I sent you at the bottom, you can see like the little missile thing there, and it has like long range, medium range, short range on the Lizard Wizard stat sheet, and that's for how far away you're trying to hit something with missiles. So for example, it would be if you use missiles, which use less heat, so less heat buildup, you would have 2 turns to hit those enemy pirate ships that are kind of trailing behind you, for example. I do have like a more, oops. Oh God, how do I use technology? Anyone, can someone please save me? Basically, I've got a little readout here, but heat is a critical resource to manage during ship battles. Most actions performed on the ship, as well as attacks that are sustained, generate heat and must be stored or radiated. If the ship accumulates too much heat, it may become unresponsive, malfunction, or even explode. In game terms, a ship can accumulate heat fatigue, which works just like character fatigue. And each level of heat fatigue a ship applies a cumulative -1 penalty to all character rolled. So basically, even, like, let's say your characters are fatigued or your characters are wounded, you have penalties, and then the ship becomes overheated, you have more penalties. So it quickly adds up and needs to be managed by you guys. And in order to clear the heat points that you build up, someone needs to be trained in ship operations, which is a skill that we have now. And you basically add the ship radiation mod for the Lizzie, has a +1 to radiating heat, so that's great. As well as any other modifiers that you might have that are applicable in the situation. So we have some new ship edges and stuff like that, some new stuff to add for your characters. But basically you add any fuck's sake, you add any bonus to your character that you might have, and then you subtract the number of heat points the ship has built up from your roll. So let's say you guys are at fucking 8 heat points. Let's say you're going wild with laser cannons and particle beams. Gearz is punching the engines to get that boost. And you guys have built up in one round 7 heat points. That means someone has to roll with a -7 and then add on like, oh, you got a +1 from radiation mod. Oh, someone's going to help you. That's another +1. So all of a sudden you have a -5 to your ship operations roll, and you need to succeed to get rid of this heat. So it's like you guys are going to be coordinating more about like, hey, I could shoot this guy, but it's going to generate some like this amount of heat, or like we could completely stop the ship. Gearz could be like, I'm going to stop the ship and we're going to bring down the heat points a little bit.
Actually,
yeah,
I read the piloting, and well, I read part of the piloting. I realized when I just went back to look at it again. But holding the ship steady gets rid of 1, just flat.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but otherwise, I don't think there's
dropping the shields also reduces heat points, but that leaves you so vulnerable. Just to put it in perspective, oh god, sorry, I gotta adjust my layout here. Just to put it in perspective, let's open up the Lizzie here. You guys have a toughness total of 16. 10 of that toughness is your shields. So let's say you drop the shields, you are at 6 toughness for your ship, which you're probably gonna get fucked, right? But if you guys are in a pinch, that is a way to radiate. What's that? Sorry? Josh?
I said you don't know us.
Yeah, I don't.
The shit out of that.
Fucking honestly, the way our campaign goes, the way any campaign we play goes, I truly don't know what to expect. But yeah, that's kind of like I guess the bare bones of this heat element.
I'm excited for that. It's gonna make it feel more like a spaceship battle.
Yeah. And like damaging other ships generates heat for those ships as well, right? So it's like it's on both sides. It's not just the lizard wizard that has to deal with all this heat bullshit. It's also like other ships and shit. And yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. But if anyone has any thoughts or any shit on it, don't shit on it. Don't do it.
So I'm assuming that there's like upgrades you can buy for the ship then too that help with like heat dissipation or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be like
sorry if you already said that.
No, we didn't talk about that. But yeah, I mean, sure, we for sure can, like, once we get into the game, if you guys are like, fuck, we're getting really wrecked by generating heat. Yeah, we for sure can be like, oh, talk to Dockmaster Zai about.
Why does Perun keep shooting? Why isn't he venting?
No, we know the answer to that one.
Yeah. Another fun
It's
thing.
just Perun shouting his own name.
Another fun thing I think is that the laser-based weapons and particle weapons, I believe, can overload, which means they don't fire, but they still generate that heat. But the missile weapons generate a low amount of heat, and if they critically fail, you don't generate heat. Like, there's no downside to critically failing, basically, with a missile. But the lasers and stuff like that, if you crit fail on those, they will add to the heat and do fuck all for damaging other ships. But the laser weapons also can be used as anti-batteries, so very expanse, like, you know, when they're like, oh, fucking anti-batteries, the missiles, and it's like pff, all the fucking shit that's going on, all the cool ass space shit.
I love that.
Cool ass space shit. You can do that in this game by choosing not to target a ship, but target the missiles that are flying at your ship. So let's say if these two pirate ships that are here on the map,
Skeet shooting.
yeah, exactly, which in Newfoundland is a whole different term, but yeah, basically if they're firing a bunch of missiles at you guys, you can be like,
know what that is?
I don't know if you know what that is. If they're firing a bunch of missiles, you guys can be like, okay, we're not going to attack the ships this round, we're just going to go on the defense. Your rate of fire goes up, so you can fire more shots than normal at these missiles without incurring like a heat penalty, and try to, you know, defend the ship from gaining more fucking heat by getting impacted by a shit ton of missiles and stuff like that. So it's cool. Like, it is very expanse like.
So could we have?
Yep.
Could we have defensive and offensive gunners at the same time as well?
Yeah. So there's two gunner stations on the ship, basically.
Like someone on a railgun is like to deflect it.
Yep. 100%. The stat sheet for the Lizzie has two gunner. Let me. I'm not going to bring it up on stream because I didn't prepare for that to bring that up, but that's fine. I just don't.
I cannot wait to have the argument with Perun about who's defense and who's offense.
Oh, that's fine. You could call offense. I'll definitely go defense.
The Lizzie is set up with port and starport weapons. So the port weapons are the laser cannon and the particle cannon, and the starport weapons are the missile launcher and the coil gun, which is like a huge rail gun made for shooting missiles, basically.
Yes.
Dibs coil gun.
Yes.
Dibs it for infinity.
Oh, it needs one round to cool down.
If it overloads, yeah. So if you roll a 1 on a coil,
No.
No.
That is more of a
Suggestion.
so if you guys
I think cooldown is a recommendation.
if you guys crit fail on the laser or the coil gun, they are out of commission for the entire next round. So you don't have that laser cannon for all of the next round. So then you got to kind of come up with, you know, something else, some other way to.
Oh wait.
What's up?
I'm a big fan of that mind
Is it-
cloud.
So then Steve
So
hops
sorry.
in the little ship.
Am I reading this right? Because it says coil guns overheat on a roll of a 1 on shooting die or wild die.
Yep.
Not and.
Or
It's like if you just get a 1 on either of
Oh,
those
it's not-
dies,
so
like
it's not
having
even
2
a
dies
crit
almost
fail, it's
worse.
just-
yeah, it's just like it's just a fucking. Oh, that's a 1. Well, too bad for your gun, I guess.
Wait. That works for us in our favor, though, because I would assume, enemy ships have the same.
Yeah, that
thing.
works the same with
Okay,
Justin.
yeah.
Yeah,
It does.
So
I
who's
wasn't gonna
roll
say
more
it.
Ones, us or Justin?
I wasn't gonna bring this up, you guys.
There's
But does
4 of
Justin get
us.
a wild die?
If there's an
There's 4
important
of
ship,
us,
like if
and if we all roll the same,
It doesn't
amount of
matter.
dice,
He could have 1
Justin's
die.
still gonna roll more ones.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm talking statistics, okay?
Be
I'm the
rolling a
math guy.
D100 and it'd still be fine.
No,
Justin's it's a 1, yeah.
Statistically speaking, Justin will roll more ones.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. You're
true.
right.
it's
Yeah.
true.
He is a math anomaly.
I truly am cursed for rolling. There's no
Yeah,
explanation.
but I have a set of his dice now, so
I was watching.
Okay, Josh might roll more ones.
I did make Josh a set of dice.
Just joking. The dice he makes only roll 20s.
No, he rolled a 4. He rolled a 4 earlier.
It's because he makes them wrong. They only have 20s on them.
Yeah, but 4 times 5 is 20.
that was a nat 20 on that roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they're no longer cursed.
Fuck yeah. Buy my dice. Yeah. I think that's fun. I think that's going to be really interesting. Balancing out weapons, balancing out heat. You guys can choose to generate, radiate heat. So you, instead of like manning the guns, you can be like, fuck, okay, I'm just going to focus on trying to get rid of this heat to balance out what's happening in this combat, right?
What happens if a ship like gets to the point where there's no cooling it down? Like, does it explode?
It can get out of control.
Yes. So it.
Because I just thought on like, if we commandeer another ship, specifically overheat it and just fucking drive it towards something.
Yeah,
Is it just going to be like, kablam?
That's fully an option. That is 100% one of the strategies listed in that manual. Is like, players can use this to your advantage, where you purposely commandeer and overload a ship, and now this ship is a giant bomb waiting to go off, right?
Oh my god. Okay, that little tiny ship that we got, that's gonna be for
The little whiz.
ships.
You're gonna blow up the little whiz.
Yeah.
No, we're going to use it to go blow up other ships.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's our
We need to be able to
board
do it multiple times.
craft. You said it's a one-seater
No,
fighter,
so
so all
you
three of
go
us are going to
on.
cram into it, right?
It's like one of those little fish that attaches onto the bottom of a whale. So the little ship comes up, attaches onto the side, drills a hole into it. The person driving the ship gets into the other ship, kills everybody on board, obviously, because that's easy to do. And then,
Fuck you.
then takes control of the ship and is like, and then takes control of the ship, overheats it, sends it off, crawls back up through the hole, seals back up the little spot in the ship, and then flies back.
Done and done.
Bingo, bango, bongo. That's like fucking 30 rounds of combat right there.
Fully.
That's a
I can-
whole goddamn campaign.
I can tell you, yeah, knowing us, I can tell you now, especially bi-weekly live game. So at Heat Fatigue 2, so once you guys hit the second stage of Heat Fatigue, your ship loses the internal gravity generators, and the ship becomes a zero-G environment, meaning that your pace is halved. All physical actions that you need to do on board are at a -2 penalty. And if you roll a 1 on your physical check, you lose control and start like tumbling around the ship in 0G.
All you humans wish you had magnetic pads.
Yeah, Gearz fully is the only one that doesn't care about this.
That's sick. That was one of my
Wait.
robot mods I chose ages ago.
Hell yeah.
What
Well,
about
looks like
using
Steve's
a
gonna have
hoverboard in
magnets in
zero
his
G?
hands.
What was that, Josh?
Yeah, Perun's
Hoverboard
fucked.
is zero G.
He's a heavy G warrior. He's
Yeah,
Oh god.
Perun is absolutely
no.
fucked.
He's just gonna lose control of his bowels.
what's happening? No gravity to hold them together. He just looks like a blob.
Just a puffer fish.
All right, here I go again.
If the ship reaches,
Oh,
if the ship reaches 3 levels of fatigue, it has accumulated more heat than it can handle and is in danger of equipment failures, exploding, melting, etc. When this happens, the ship's engines go down permanently. The ship is immediately stops moving as if it, turned off its engines, of course. The ship can no longer fire any of its weapons or use its defenses. The shields drop, losing all of your special shield abilities that are another thing we'll get into later, maybe in session 1. And every crew member must make a vigor check to avoid getting character fatigue. So not only is the ship at a -3, your characters might be at another -1 on top of all that if the ship reaches that level. So it's real bad, you guys. Like, you don't want to.
Yeah.
hot and shit.
I mean, yeah, I don't want to get attacked in space. There's not a lot of options.
I've suddenly made this game terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta
Well,
make
just
up.
think you can
Install
rack
a
up heat
bunch
fatigue
of
real
air conditioning
fast.
units.
Yeah. Well, the laser guns. Let me take a look here because I do have some. I might have two.
Heat pumps for days.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, sorry, when I said I don't want to get attacked in space, like I want us to get attacked in space, obviously. But as a person, the idea of being attacked on a spaceship in space, like, yeah, that's horrifying. Of course, you would get tired when your ship was falling apart around you, and it's the only thing standing between you and the great void.
Yeah, that would be very
That's like-
stressful. Yes.
That's like the scene in The Expanse where they're getting absolutely pummeled with like railgun shots, and you just see them passing by them like while they're all sat down in their chairs. It's just like there's fucking nothing you can do. It's
Yeah.
just hold on and hope. And then I think at the same time, like there's two people in doing repairs on something, and so like there'd be like a wrench just floating around, and then the wrench doesn't move when the ship moves. But the ship is moving where the wrench isn't. And I was just like, holy fuck, I never even thought about that. Like, that's,
Yeah.
There's just so much shit that could go wrong.
It's all relative. You know.
But yeah, let's send,
I don't know
let's
what you're
send some
talking
people to
about.
Mars.
Could you imagine getting hit in the head because you're holding onto the side of the ship and it just moves into the wrench?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully. Fucking
At the speed at which the ship is moving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
thousands
That
of
could kill
kilometers an hour.
It would.
Well, the wrench is also traveling at thousands of kilometers an hour, just in a slightly different trajectory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So I think
Anyway,
there's a couple more
on that note,
things.
I'm very sorry, guys. It's getting late, and I am bailing.
Yeah, well, I was going to say this is actually a fun little. We
Okay.
talked about most of the things that we can talk about, really. Besides actually getting into session 1 when we're going to start fresh and have a whole thing this weekend,
I'm so excited.
February 13th,
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. It's an afternoon session, and it'll be bi-weekly at 2 p.m.
Yes, sir.
every Sunday. From there, yeah, I'm very excited. And yeah, anything from you guys before we wrap up here? No, nothing.
Birds aren't
No.
Thanks
Birds
for
aren't
everybody.
Excited
real.
for Savage Worlds again.
Yeah, I'm so fucking stoked. Oh my God, Will. We love you, Will. Will just subbed to our channel. How lovely of you to do that. We appreciate it.
Bless his heart.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy.
I had that soundbite playing for that announcement or for that alert.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I went ham with our alerts. Yeah, fun Savage Worlds goodness next Sunday, session 1. We're going to start on the Lizard Wizard. You guys have gotten a mission from Madeline Turner. They've picked up an anomaly outside of the Kotu, and that's going to be kind of how we kick off the campaign. We're kind of jumping into it. Glad to see you back, Will. Yeah, we're going to kick off on the Lizard Wizard in the middle of space, investigating this anomaly with our new crew, with Steve the Frog, Gearz the companion droid, Kihrin the street urchin, Perun,
No.
and Perun the mercenary.
Nanny.
The nanny. Gearz the nanny.
I don't know. We'll workshop that. We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll work. Yeah, don't,
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in post-production, guys. Don't worry about it. We'll cut all of this.
Yeah, we'll fix it in
Friends,
post.
thank you guys for being here and playing Savage Worlds. I have a ton of fun with our games, and this was such a laugh. And God, my only notes, let me point this out, are Ton John Washington, Eclipse is his Batman name, and a lookout bubble on top of the ship. Those were the only session 0 notes I made.
There was a lot about the zoo that you missed. You need to go back.
Yeah.
You need to take notes.
I don't remember
No,
any
those
of
are the
that.
only
Go back,
important thing.
watch the VOD, and write down everything about the zoo.
I don't remember any. Anyway, that's the end of our stream for tonight, everyone.
We need to turn Isaac's room. We need to turn Isaac's room into a livestock quarters.
It already is.
Friends, thank you all. Thank everyone for tuning in and hanging out on this Monday evening. And we will catch you next Sunday. We'll be streaming during the week, I'm sure, but we'll catch you for this game, Savage Worlds SWADERUNNER Session 1, Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you all, and goodbye. Have a good night. We'll see you later. Packages come in small packages or whatever.
Bye.
Bye.